Hi, how are you today? Thank you for joining me. I'm happy you made it here. If you're new, my name is Muthoni Mukiri and you're watching Muthoni's Mission. We are about emotional and mental wellness. So we're talking about breakups and we're talking about how to love yourself after a breakup. Breakups can be very painful and they can leave you feeling lost. They can leave you with low self-esteem and they can leave you feeling the worst about yourself. How do you get to love yourself again? Because when you're dating, when you're in love with someone, when you're married to someone, or when you have that partner, sometimes you take some of their habits, they take some of your habits, you into each other's routines. So the moment it breaks and the moment you're left or you leave one another, you feel like they take a part or they go with a part of you, and sometimes you're left empty, you're left broken, you're left with a lot of hurt, and it can be hard to love yourself. But the best way to recover from a breakup is to give yourself love. And sometimes we don't know how to do that. So welcome, let's talk about learning to love yourself after a breakup. I want you to know that these things happen. These things happen. They happen to everyone. It's life. You will lose jobs. You will lose loved ones. You will lose partners. You will lose boyfriends, husbands, and everyone even around you. The people that you love the most can disappear from your life in a heartbeat. So these things happen. I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing you did, to the universe, or there's nothing sometimes you did to God. Sometimes these things happen. So the first thing you need to do is to be kind to yourself. To understand it's okay, we make mistakes, we do things we're not proud of, we make decisions that favor other people. We light ourselves on fire to keep other people warm. We do these things. You're not the first one. It happens. Be nice to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Self-compassion. And the best way to go about self-compassion, sometimes when you're broken, I remember when I was so broken, I wasn't able to pray. Like I would beat myself so hard. Muthoni, seriously, like you're at it again. As in, what is wrong with you? Why can't I get it right? You have those questions. And what I did for myself, I wrote sticky notes to myself, and I used to stick them on the mirror. Muthoni, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you deserve an amazing man, you deserve a faithful man, a God-fearing man. There is a man specifically for you. There are good men out here. I would write those notes to myself. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You did the right thing, breaking it off, those things. I did those sticky notes and I stuck them. I used to stack them. No, I used to stick them on my dressing mirror table. I also had some I had written on my phone. Hapo kwa notes, kwa Samsung notes or whatever your phone is, kuna place unaweza andika vitu. I used to write them down. Muthoni, you're amazing. There's someone just for you. You deserve love like everybody else. You're a wonderful woman. Any man would want to have you. I used to do those things to myself, and I also used to do it on my phone. Please do it. Be kind to yourself. Self-compassion is so important. You need to be really nice to yourself because you're the most important person in your life. Please be nice to yourself. Give yourself grace. Give yourself that period. It's okay to make mistakes you did. The most important thing now is to learn from them so you don't repeat them over and over again. So, number 2, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for not knowing better. Forgive yourself for putting yourself through violence. Forgive yourself for putting yourself through so much hurt and so much pain. Forgive yourself for wanting to see the good in people and they hurt you over and over again. Forgive yourself for staying after you saw the red flags. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. You deserve forgiveness. And sometimes I say it out loud. Muthoni, I forgive you. I forgive you, Muthoni. It's okay. I forgive you. Sometimes it feels weird. It feels crazy. Yeah. But when you continue to do it, you feel like it gets to you. Forgive yourself. You deserve it. You know, you deserve it. You took so much. Sometimes, especially if it was a toxic relationship or a toxic situation, you took so much from that relationship. Thank God maybe you came out alive. You know, maybe your children are okay. You can breathe. You know, there are people who are in the grave from that. Forgive yourself and give yourself grace. Be nice to yourself. You deserve forgiveness. You deserve forgiveness. And when I was talking about that episode, I spoke about forgiveness. I said, the best way to let go is to write those things they did to you. You beat me up, you cheated on me, you stole my money, you gave me an STD. You know, all those things they did to you. You take them, you tear the paper, you throw it in the dustbin or put it on fire. Also, when it comes to forgiving yourself, you write down things that you feel like you can't forgive yourself for. Ignoring red flags, forgiving him the first time he cheated on me, the first time he slapped me, what. Those things that you feel you cannot forgive yourself for, write them down, tear them, throw them away. Forgive yourself and tell yourself, Muthoni, I forgive you. Muthoni, I forgive you. And the first step to forgiveness, you know what the first step to forgiveness is? The willingness to want to forgive. You have to be willing. This is not something that can be forced. You need to forgive yourself so you can move past it. Because sometimes when you don't forgive yourself and then you keep going back to the same situations over and over again, do you know what you're doing? You're reliving that moment and that hurt. And that's why you see sometimes when you're talking about your previous marriage or previous relationship, when it goes deep, you start crying because you relive that experience. You understand in your head. Please forgive yourself. Also, do a lot of research on self-love. Watch a lot of motivation videos. In the morning, ingia YouTube Muthoni's Mission. Ingia kwa hizi channels zingine wanaongeleanga about getting back to your feet after breakup, about how to be single and happy, about self-love, about being there for yourself, about, you know, about how to get over a man, get over a woman. Read these things, watch these videos, educate yourself. Don't sit there and feel sorry for yourself and do those pity parties. Don't do that. Educate yourself. Read those things, watch positive stuff, work towards, make small deliberate efforts towards getting back to your feet and towards getting over that person. So I would also want you to write down what you cannot take anymore. I cannot take a cheating spouse. I cannot take someone who steals from me. I don't want an irresponsible. I don't want to date an alcoholic. Write down what you cannot take anymore. Write it down. So that, you know, when you write down what they did to you and what you don't want anymore in your life, it makes you really understand and makes it sink in why you cannot go back to them. Because at some point, sometimes it could have been, it was very toxic. But at some point you feel like maybe if I didn't tell him this, maybe if I replied that text on time, he would not have left or whatever. He would have still. Let me tell you that straight. So write down what you don't want anymore in a partner. Write it down. I also want you to write what you did to enable that relationship, what you want to do better moving forward. What is it you did to enable him? Every time he would slap me, I would slap him back. Every time he would steal from me, I would poison him. You know those things people do. Every time he would cheat on me, I would cheat. As in those things that you did that you know you're responsible for. Because as much as we're out here crying that men have done things to us, sometimes we enable them. Sometimes we're also toxic. That's why the first time he started, and it was toxic, you didn't even realize it was because you also have some toxicity. You understand? You think you can deal with it. So yes, the last thing I want you to write about, we will do a lot of writing in this episode, is what you want moving forward. What do you want moving forward? If I'm gonna date, I'm not saying you need to date right away, because I believe when you go through heartbreak, when you go through a painful situation with someone you are in a relationship with, or a marriage, or whatever situationship was, when you break up from them, I believe you need to take time to yourself first before you can start dating other people. You need to first find yourself, because at some point you get lost in these relationships. So I want you to write down what you would want from a future partner. I would want him to be loving. I would want him to be kind. I want a very responsible man who will protect and take care of his family financially. I want a faithful man, a God-fearing man. I want a man, my man. You know those things we write, and these things we are really passionate about. So I want you to write what you're looking for in your next partner. partner and give those things to yourself. You want a loving man, start loving yourself now. You want him to be kind, you want him to be responsible, be those things first. Work towards giving yourself that love you expect the other person to give you. Buy yourself nice things, take yourself on dates. And I say this, at least easy lockdown, at least we're open, kidogo restaurants are open, you can travel all over the country. Do something nice for yourself, treat yourself nicely, buy yourself nice things. Even in the house, prepare a nice shower, buy yourself a nice body splash. When you're cooking, make sure you have a balanced diet. Take care of yourself, love you, pamper. Hizo vitu unaexpect tu chali mgeni mwenye atakuja, your dream guy mwenye unangoja. The things you expect him to do for you, start doing them for yourself. Also, take time to heal. Sometimes the healing hurts more than the wound. Sometimes it can take you forever, and sometimes it can take you twice as much as it took to love him. You understand? If maybe you loved him for a year, it can even take you 2-3 years to even heal and get over it. No one is rushing anyone. Let no one tell you after 6 months unafaa heal. Take your time. But while at it, work, make deliberate, read relationship books. And don't jump into, sometimes we ukitoka relationship ingine, when you leave one relationship, you want to immediately jump into another relationship. And sometimes we're looking for love so that we can escape from ourselves. My friend, you will catch up with you. You cannot escape for too long. And you keep getting hurt over and over again and getting into dysfunctional relationships. So, take your time to heal. Take as much time as you need. No one is rushing anyone. Hakuna mbio. Wanaume hawaendi travel. They're still around. Women, there are good men out here. There are good women out here. But you also have to be a good person. You also have to work towards being what you're looking for. Otherwise, utaishi tu attract dysfunction if yourself, you're messy and all that. So thank you for watching. Please learn to love yourself after a breakup. The biggest weapon to getting over someone is to loving yourself. Is the best thing you can do for yourself. It's really beautiful. It's amazing. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Please share this video for people that are hurting, that need such information. And please comment down at the comment section. Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon.